Hello, I'm Wouter.
And I'm Aad.
And we are building this car for Dalton Blues. Well, first off, we started with making the ground plate of the car. First off, of course, we started with unwrapping the frame. Then we put it in a nice stable workplace so we could work it easily. Then we started with drilling the holes for the brake system. We did this in the beginning so we didn't have to reach in awkward positions later on. Then we put the frame on its back so we could put in the floor plate, the base plate of the car. We just put it on where it was supposed to be, and then with a marker drew places where we would drill. And then, well, we took off the plate and drilled the holes, first with a smaller drill bit and then the full size. And then we put on the plate with pop rivets, so that's nice and tight and secure and won't come off easily. On this we built the plate for the gas pedals and the brake. Then we started with putting in the plate for the pedals, the gas and the brake pedal. However, this was quite a problem because the plate didn't fit at first because we had a different plate than we should have, because we still have the old braking system. So we had to modify that a bit, just cut out a small piece so it would fit. Then, well, we just put it in with bob rivets, exactly the same as the floor plate. Next up, we just put in the gas pedal. Again, this was quite easy, just with bolts and making sure it's nice and tight and using the right bolts, of course, that's important. Then we mounted the steering wheel in there. This was quite complicated because we had to figure out how long this part had to be. And then you could turn. Then we started with the steering wheel. Another part of the team put this all together just by well, using bolts and putting everything in the right place. That was quite easy. And we put it in the frame. Yeah, that's just a matter of putting it in the right place and making sure it's nice and secure. We had some troubles because we had to figure out how to put the bearings in the right place. It turns out you can just screw them loose and move the pipe through. So then we had it in the right place and just bolted everything on, and that was nice and secure. And we, of course, tighten it up with Loctite so that won't ever come off. Then we made the steering system complete by adding these steering bars. Okay, then of course it was time to mount the steering wheel to the actual tires so we'll be able to actually turn. First off, we started with connecting the mounts for the tires to the frame, so we had something to connect to. Then we connected it with those threaded rods. You had to cut these in exactly the right shape and size and length, mostly, so that the tires would move symmetrically and will be in the same position at the same time. Yeah, so basically I just measured the length needed and cut it out, and that was quite easy. Just screw it in at both sides and then it was nice and tight.
We had some difficulties with the steering system because this rod was too long and we had to cut it right, otherwise we couldn't be steering. And we had some difficulties with braking system also. This pedal is the one from the older version, or yes, and the plate is not used to this pedal, so we must fix it in the future. And that's where we are right now.
Took about 6 weeks to build, and that is including the time it took to figure out how it all fit together. And I'm expecting it to last for another 6 to 5 weeks because
we don't have the electronics, so we need to figure out another way to